At a very personal level, because we were together in the car when this incident happened. Thank you so much.
Yes, so my name is Joanne, and I can say I'm still traumatized up to this time because we were from church. As is usual, every Sunday we normally go to church, and we had plans for the day. And while we were leaving church, a car just came in front of us and blocked us, and we were all traumatized because things happened so fast. So the thing I just want to say, because the people who came to arrest him, or rather abduct him, were men. You people are fathers. God will avenge this for me. Because whatever you have left in the hearts of my children, it is only God that can avenge for me. Wherever they are still calling and asking, where is dad? You know, and I was not even sure whether I'm going home with their dad today. So may God punish this for me. That is all I'll say. Thank you.
And then the questions that I was asked, one of it is my relationship with the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta, and my relationship with the current deputy president. And then issues to do with arms from Congo. I think it is a movie. But let us allow it to go as per the law. But generally, don't intimidate us into silence. We know the issue is about, we are raising issues concerning the concern by the many Kenyans on finance bill, the cost of living, and the many promises they made. We didn't make them to make the promises. And you know the problem with them, they always lie. And instead, they're actually the problem. We are not the problem. And I've seen Senator Sifuna spoke about this issue many times, saying that it's overwhelming for the opposition to handle the issues that they are raising. Because every day, including yesterday, the president lied like 100 times. We don't know where to start. So generally, we cannot be silent because we are raising issues of concern. It spoke about many lies yesterday, including a child who was shot with over 8 bullets, and he was telling Kenyans that he's not aware whether he's still living or not.
Yes, fortunate in this society. You cannot intimidate us into silence. And I want to say I'm coming out strong. We will follow what whatever measures they want us to say. We were coming back tomorrow, or we come even the day after tomorrow. But one thing that I want to promise you, we will never be intimidated to silence. We will continue fighting for the rights and the citizens of this republic, because we believe unless we speak about these issues, many people will not speak about it. You can see we have a parliament where they've already compromised most of the members of parliament. They are taking money instead of making decisions based on what the common man wants. They do it to reflect the positions and the opinions of their bosses. But we want to say that we must continue with this struggle to ensure that no punitive taxes are imposed upon the common man. Allow me to introduce my wife to speak about the issues that she felt at a very personal level, because we were together in the car when this incident happened. Thank you.
My name is Joan, and I can say I'm still traumatized at this time because we were from church, as is usual. Every Sunday we normally go to church, and we had plans for the day. And while we were leaving church, a car just came in front of us and blocked us, and we were all traumatized because things happened so fast. So the thing I just want to say, because the people who came to arrest him, or rather abduct him, were men. You people are fathers. God will avenge us, because whatever you have left in the hearts of my children, it is only God that can avenge them. Wherever they are still calling and asking, where is God? You know, and I was not even sure whether I'm going home with that today. They are done today. So may God punish this. That is all I'm saying.
Let me allow the honorable member Babu then Songo. Thank you very much, members of the press. I want to just state that I'm so disappointed on how Ruto is handling this nation. He has a fiduciary duty, a trust duty, agency relationship with Kenyans to ensure that he delivers to Kenyans. But he's ensuring that he's frustrating the same Kenyans that he promised that he shall deliver them. The way Alfred Keter was arrested today, clearly, not even Ruto was taken to Hague the same way today Mheshimiwa Alfred Keter was arrested. Ruto was charged with crimes against humanity that comprises rape, comprises murder, comprises forceful eviction. But he wasn't taken to Hague the same way Keter was arrested today, traumatizing children crying in the car, and the same police officers who are suffering the same fate as Kenyans. It's so shameful, and shame on you, Ruto. Shame on you once again. You did say and you did promise that you are going to arrest those who went to Parliament. I want to ask you a question. That between the lives that were lost and the part of Parliament that was burned, which one is more important and urgent? Are those lives not more important than the building that you are claiming to protect, where the Parliament and parliamentarians were making retrogressive laws that were not in the interest of Kenyan citizens? And therefore, if you want to charge anybody, you'll have to charge all Kenyans. And your time is coming.
So I'm here to try his solidarity with the family, condemning the incident that happened in the morning. That is very, very wrong. I want to appeal to the DCI, the IG, in case you want to arrest any suspect. Why don't you just summon, instead of arresting him as if he's a terrorist? This is what we call terror leadership. The president was did a press conference a couple of days ago. He promised Kenyans that there shall be no more abductions. What is this happening today? So condemning this incident, the government finance bill, I'm very sure there are so many MPs, even those who are bribed, who are opposing. Lakini sababu ni waoga, ni mafala, wanapiga wakenda pesa. Mimi mwenyewe niko kwa serikali. And I started opposing this nonsense called the finance bill. I was with these media guys only two months ago for Twitter, and we said this bill inaleta harsh taxes to Kenya. Kenya is still a third country. You cannot do what other countries in Europe are doing. That is very, very wrong. So we are condemning this incident, and maybe we are saying no to finance bill. Because throughout my political journey, I've been standing with the people. So naendelea kusimama na wananchi to the end of the world. To the end of the world. Niko kwa serikali lakini nadifa na rais kwa hii finance bill, na pia on these abductions nadifa na rais, nadifa na serikali. Kwa hiyo maapila again once again Gome, Mohamed Amin, wacha sababu watu wengi XMP ama sisi waheshimiwa. Even to the other activists, hata wale mawakili, hata wale majenzi wanakuwa affected ovyo ovyo. I'm against that. Yes. Yeah, those are the dark days. We want to introduce the dark days again here. The late President Moi. Dark days are over. Yeah. To enjoy matunda the Constitution, the Republic of Kenya 2010. So this is very wrong. Let's hope going forward it's not going to, we're not going to see this occurrences again. Tunaona mtu mwingine akiwa captain tena going forward. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais, tafadhali ongea na security agencies wako, hii upuzi hatutaki kuona tena. Tunaomba tafadhali. Sababu wewe ulisema hatuna rais abduction tena. Ulisema we will start afresh. There's a circular that was released yesterday by the head of the public service that you want to sit with guys, church leaders, hata jenzizi wenyewe. Even a day haijaisha kutoka hiyo circular ipeanwa na serikali, now we are seeing Mheshimiwa here in the kama huyu Mheshimiwa anashikwa, how about a common member of the public who is against the finance bill? So mimi niko kwa serikali na napinga hiyo finance bill na naendelea kuipinga, na pia napinga abductions zinazoendelea countrywide. Yeah? Wacha tukae kama serikali ambayo inaheshimu Kenya. si serikali ambayo inadhulumu wa Kenya. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.